Hey everybody, we're back. It's the Hurry Up, your boy, the Don Juan Sports, Adam. We're coming to you right now to tell you about the OKC Dallas game. Now, I don't know if you guys have been listening or watching my videos or anything like that, but you guys got to know that I said that this game was critical for OKC. They needed to win it to tie the series to give themselves a chance to back in the game. Well, they lost. Apparently, they had a 15-point lead. I know. Well, they had a 15-point lead with 5 minutes to go. Now, normally that's not really that much of a lead, but if you're a good team, you gotta put your foot on the gas. You gotta keep going. You gotta be there. You gotta be there to win it. And just shows you the maturity level of that team. Just shows you what we've been talking about these past couple videos about what I said about maturity level and about being young. That's why the Dallas Mavericks did not waver. The Dallas Mavericks, like I said, may be on a magical ride. They may be on that carpet ride to the finals. I don't know. Everybody's picking them to, if they do go to the finals, to lose to Miami. By the way, that series is not over in the Eastern Conference. Not yet, at least. They're in some trouble, but it's not quite over. But what I also want to say is that OKC, they're young. They're young. They got a lot of talent. They have a long, promising career. If the CBA works out in the NBA, which I think it will, because they look at the NFL lockout that's going on, they would be dumb to be in the same position. So, eh, like I was saying, the OKC is young and they have a chance to do well. Um, if they add some pieces to their already pretty good puzzle, if they're down 3-1, it's not impossible to come back. It's not impossible to come back, but it is pretty hard. You know what I mean? You face elimination games here on out. If you do win Game 5, it's 3-2. Then you go 2 games in Dallas. If you do happen to win another one of those games, then you have a Game 7. That's what you want. Ultimately, if you're OKC, you want to go 3-3 and hopefully roll the dice with your Game 7. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, you want to win the series. You want to get out of the series as fast as possible to rest up so you can be ready for whoever comes your way. Because the next series, no matter who is in Miami or Chicago, is going to be a tough series. Now, when I told you about Joakim Noah, he did say something derogatory to a fan. I told you about their head, their makeup. We will find out where they are today. If Miami is for real, they'll put the clamps down and basically rise to the occasion. If they're not for real, the Bulls might show their mettle and see what they're doing. See how good they can be. See how good they can be. All right? It's tough to be in the NBA right now. It's tough for the playoffs. It's really a drag-out series, and it really is going to come down to Derrick Rose, I believe. If he has a good game, Bulls are in it. If he doesn't have a good game, who knows? And this is why they say records go for naught, sometimes. Because not always are the top teams the ones that win, but top teams are the ones that finish. And right now, the Dallas Mavericks are finishing. Right now, the Miami Heat are finishing. Um, so it looks like those two might be, at least Dallas' case, anyways, the top teams going to the finals. Now, there's been a debate. There's been a debate about LeBron James and Dirk Nowitzki. Who's having the better playoff performance? It's been Dirk. Hands down, it's been Dirk. It's been Dirk. Okay, LeBron James has so many more players on his team. He doesn't necessarily need to be the focal guy. He's had good series down the stretch. Well, who did they play in the first round? People don't even remember who they played in the first round. They didn't play anybody. They played the 76ers in the first round. The 76ers. Who did the Dallas Mavericks play in the first round? They played the Portland Trailblazers, who they were supposed to lose to. They played the LA Lakers, who again they're supposed to lose to. And by the way, I'd like to point this out. They swept them. They brought the brooms out and got rid of those guys earlier. But I was thinking that LA had a bit of trouble when they were going down the stretch, and they were the top team at one point, but they're going down the stretch. They lost 6 in a row. I said there's got to be something wrong with this team. It's time to hit the panic button. It's a different Lakers team. It's one thing to cruise to the playoffs and put it on cruise control. It's another thing to go in the way they did, and But they're out on the golf course right now watching Dirk Nowitzki go. Dirk has just put in clutch performance after clutch performance after clutch. He's just basically willing his team to win games. He's just come through against bigger teams like the Lakers in a bigger moments. You know, when they needed him the most, he came through. LeBron has closed out some series. He's closed out some games. That's cool. Pat yourself on the back. Your numbers are great. You know, 25 points a game, 40 some odd percent shooting from the field, 36% shooting from behind the arc, and 75% from the free throw line. Dirk's got the same numbers, 28 points per game, 51% from the field, 45% from behind the arc. But this is what is the big catalyst for Dirk's points. 92% from the charity stripe. What did I say about free throws? They give you those points. They give you those points. You need those points. They give it to them. They don't, you know what I mean? They give you those points. You need to make them. And that's the difference in being an MVP and not being an MVP, is making those shots. So we got a text message here. Text message here from Chris. Chris says, "What do you think about Ray Lewis and what he said about the NFL lockout?" I'll answer your question in a minute, Chris. Let's close out this playoff stuff. OKC, you're in trouble. Wake up, rise to the occasion. It's the playoffs. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you if you lose. No one's gonna be mad at you if you lose. You put up a great fight. You put up a great fight, great ride. No one's gonna be mad at you. No one will be mad at you if you lose. But go down swinging. Don't go down like this. Don't lose leads. You've already seen that happen in a lot of other series against Memphis. This isn't the Memphis Grizzlies. This is Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. They've been to the playoffs. They've been in situations like this before. They know how to do it. And right now, they might be on that ride. As for you, Chicago, step up. Let's go. The Chicago Bulls. You have a number 23 hanging from the rafters. Maybe someone should go to Chicago, shake a little of that magic dust from MJ's jersey onto these players, and let's get going, Chicago. Let's get going. Don't be afraid of Miami. Don't be afraid of them. Yeah, Chris Bosh scored. Do what you do. Create turnovers. Play defense. And the rest will be gravy. The rest will be gravy. You just got to do that. Derrick Rose got to step up a little bit. All right? But that concludes our NBA section. Let's go over to Chris's question. Chris, I heard what Ray Lewis said, and it's fantastic. I think it's a little on the borderline crazy side, but from what I gather and what I pull out of it, he's right. Get the deal done. Now, if I'm an NFL fan, I'm getting a little nervous because they canceled the Rookie Symposium. Now, if you don't know what the Rookie Symposium is, the Rookie Symposium is they come in and basically give an orientation and an overview of the league and conducts throughout the league for the rookies. Basically your height, just going over the rules. Basically what you shouldn't do, what you should stay away from. Does it always work? No. But they do it anyways to keep these guys going. Being that there's no NFLPA or anything like that, there is none. Now, there are NFL owners meetings. Good or bad or otherwise, they seem to keep going on as business as usual, which doesn't make any sense to me. Get the deal done. Ray Lewis said it best. Get to the table. There's too much other people involved in this besides us. Ray Lewis is not worried about him. He knows what he's doing. He wants to be the greatest player. And what I take out of his message is a couple things. One, he respects the people who help out the game. The people making ends meet to try to get to their games. So people making ends meet to try to get to their games. Two, he believes that his time and his window is short-lived. So he needs this game to keep going and keep his journey going with the Baltimore Ravens, because they are a couple minutes away, like he says, from a championship, which, they just have to beat Pittsburgh and they're good to go. You know what I mean? They have to beat Pittsburgh and they're good to go. So keep that, because that's the top team in their division. So they have to do that. And I don't know what he's saying about crime rate, but I do understand what he's talking about on Sundays. The crime necessarily won't go up. Maybe it will. I don't know. I'm not a crime expert. I'm not on CSI or anything like that. I'm not going to know if the NFL season will affect that. But I will tell you this: won't be a lot to do on Sundays, and people are going to have to find alternate outlets to go. I mean, maybe churches will be more packed. Maybe people will go out and get lunch and do other things to occupy their time because the biggest game in the world or in the U.S. right now is not going to be there. And also, your fantasy football team. I know how many of you guys are lining up, getting your draft boards ready, buying those magazines, getting your teams ready, trying to get your funds ready just so you can buy into whatever league you're in. That could be affected. Most people have their teams or an idea of their teams in the early training camp start, just so they can be ready for opening day. Some people have it later on, but this is going to be bad. This is tough. This is tough to do. This labor strike, none of us have seen it. Players of past haven't seen it like this. This is bad. And the last thing that Ray Lewis was saying was, get your egos checked. Get your egos checked. Who cares? Suck it up. Make a deal happen. Money is going to be lost here. More money is going to be lost in this game and in this labor strike if you don't have a season than if you do if you just suck it up. I look at it like this. Money on this side, no money on the other. I'm going to take the money. I'm going to take the money. All right? I'm going to take the money. There's no way I'm not going to. So if you're, hey, NFL, newsflash, NFL, newsflash, hello, is anybody in there, NFL? Wake up, get the deal done, because I and the rest of the NFL fans want to watch football on Sundays. The NFL's got to ask itself this question. What are they going to do when Costas Mania runs wild on you? NFL, get it done. I'm your Don Juan of Sports. I'm Adam. Holla at your boy. It's been fun. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.